A bitch got a tripod, she did. A bitch got a tripod, she did. Okay, before I start this Q&A, what is wrong with me? I keep rhyming. Before I start this Q&A, y'all, please know that I'm not a serious person, and making this video was extremely hard for me, and I hope that you enjoy it, because I don't like to talk about myself a whole lot, really. Well, I make YouTube. I don't like to be so serious about stuff, and so talking about some of these subjects is serious for me because it is detrimental to my health. And so I had no choice but to lose weight. Okay, so if the doctor wouldn't told me I had diabetes, I'd have still been heavier. Okay, so please know that I did this against my will. Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. I gotta sit here and breathe for a minute, because if not, I'll be out of breath. So basically, if you guys want to recap, I will put this at the very end. So skip to the end. I'll post a timestamp here if you just want like a quick 2-minute backstory of me. I thought that'll be fun at the end if you just don't have time to watch the whole video. Hey besties! Yes, I got a tripod. Yes, I have makeup on. This is not a normal occasion for me, okay? I don't always wear makeup. I barely ever wear makeup unless I like have something to do, or I'm going somewhere, or the occasion is needed for makeup, okay? Anyway, my name is Kayla. This is so nervous. I don't ever really make serious videos, so if I like stumble and like stutter, I'm so sorry. I'll try my best to get through this. Yeah. My name is Kayla. I am from West Virginia. I'm 30 years old. Yeah, I'm 30, and I've lost 130 pounds naturally since August of 2023. So a year and a few months ago is when I started a weight loss journey. I started my weight loss journey basically because I got a bunch of lab work done. She said, this is kind of crazy. We've got to really get this under control. I have type 2 diabetes, and if you don't get it under control now, it's just going to progress and you are going to have to be on medicine. I told her to give me a year, let me get it under control, let me see what we can do. I haven't seen her in like 7 months, maybe. I go and see her this month, so luckily that'll be a future update coming. But I remember leaving there just really defeated, really just feeling sorry for myself, not wondering where I'm going to be this time next year. Am I even going to, like, she was basically saying, like, you are on the verge of like having to be on insulin. It's going to get bad if you don't get it together now. So I was like, okay. Okay, so I got it together. I literally got my stuff together and got to it. We looked into like the Ozempic, we looked into Ozempic, all that good stuff, but unfortunately, it was going to be like $250 every 2 weeks to do that, and it was just not in the budget to do it at the time. So that's that on that. So I've been doing it naturally through a calorie deficit and some exercising. By exercising, I mean a few bar classes a week and then some walking all the time. That's basically how I'm losing weight. My starting weight when I started in August 26 of 2023 was 355 pounds. At one point I weighed myself and I was 383 pounds, 382, 383, I don't remember the exact number. You would have thought that was like a wake-up call for me, but it wasn't. But I've gotten it together, and my weight I've gotten down as low as 225. So I've lost 130 pounds total. But with the holidays and stuff, I'm back up to like 228. So we're taking care of that now. But it's with the holidays and stuff, I kind of just let myself go, and I did not want to do that, but I needed a break. My brain needed a break from weight loss, which is what I gave it, and I needed it and I deserved it. I lost 130 pounds in less than a year and a half. I deserved a break. I deserved a break. Now, I am reaping what I sow in those decisions and actions, but it's just as easy as getting back on track. So that's what I'm doing now. I have a list of questions. So if you see me looking down or at this, that's what I'm looking at. A big question that I was asked, which I'm asked all the time, is if I'm on any medication. I'm on medication, so I'm on a blood pressure medicine, which is hydrochlorothiazide. I'm on a heart rate pill, which is metoprolol, because my heart beats really fast. I am on metformin for the type 2 diabetes because the doctor said, because I begged her, I was like, please don't put me on any more medication. I'm already on 3 medication. Like, please don't put me on a 4th. But she said that I couldn't leave the office untreated. So she had to get me metformin. And metformin, I feel like does its job. It regulates the insulin that pumps through your body. I think that's what metformin is. That's what I've come to understand that metformin is. And then I take a hormone pill because I had a really long menstrual cycle. So it was probably, I was on my period for like a year and a half before I got it checked into. So yeah, all of that being said, I'm still on all 4 of those medications. I go back to the doctor at the end of this month. So she's going to like redo everything, my lab work, all that good stuff. So hopefully I either come off of them or they lower the dose on some of them. I was put on that medicine at my highest weight. I had a really bad, like my vision was kind of blurry when I would stand up. I was dizzy, I sweating all the time. So they said it was my blood pressure, and that's when that kind of got under control. So that's kind of the story on why I'm in the medication. So that's kind of how I started my whole weight loss and why I started my weight loss. There's a lot of more different points and stories as to why I've lost weight, and we'll get into that later. But another big question that people ask me are, do people treat me differently? Do people treat me with more respect? Honestly, I don't really see a difference in talking to people talking to me. In myself, I see a difference that I feel more comfortable talking to people that I don't know, like people at work wise. Before then, I just kind of blended in with everybody, and now I'm not afraid to speak up and like talk to people, like make conversation, that kind of thing. So my confidence with that aspect of it has really taken a really good toll that I love and I appreciate about myself, because I'm more outspoken than what I was. I feel like I always deserve to take up space, but now I just have it in my core that I am allowed to take up space because I'm not heavy. I'm still heavy. In every mean, I'm still heavy. I'm still 225 pounds, but I'm not as heavy as I was. But to be completely honest with you guys, 225 pounds to me is light. I'm light as a feather. So whenever I say I'm skinny, for one, I am skinny. And for two, please know that I'm joking. Because we know I got a gut, I got everything going on here. So I want to start talking nice to myself. I don't want to keep calling myself big or heavy or that kind of thing. I'm working on the self-talk about myself, which isn't going too well right now, but we're working on it. So we'll continue to work on it too. Somebody asked if I had any aches and pains before I started losing weight, and do I still have them now? To be completely honest, I noticed a lot of the number one thing I realized when I was super heavy, whenever I was 380 some pounds, I was just always out of breath. I couldn't breathe, or if I needed to talk to somebody, I always had to keep going. Like I always had to keep taking breaks in the middle of telling a story, which shouldn't be. You should be able to tell your story and get it out like normal. But I noticed that has improved a lot. I talk fast regardless, so I do take deeper breaths whenever I stop talking, and it's noticeable, but it's not because I'm out of breath. It's because I talk too fast and I'm simply out of breath. Like I just did it. But whenever I'm doing dishes, I don't have a dishwasher, so I'd have to wash dishes by hand, and my lower back would hurt so bad when I'm doing dishes. And that was like the first thing I noticed in losing weight, is that my back doesn't hurt as much. I think whenever I was like 60 pounds down, I was washing dishes and I didn't have to take a break, because normally when I would wash dishes, I'd have to take breaks on breaks because my back would just be fired up. And so I remember I washed dishes and like I was done, and I was like, wait, I'm done. Like I don't have to take a break. I'm done. So that was the first like ache and pain that like I noticed that I had that left. Other than that, my knees would hurt when walking upstairs, because the thing about me is that I have always thought I'm thinner than what I am. I don't know. It's like a reverse body dysmorphia. I never thought that I was this 380 some pound girl. I've always thought I've been light as a feather, really. And I don't know why my brain thinks like that, but unless I saw a picture of myself, I was like, yeah, I can fit on that roller coaster with ease. Like no big deal. When in reality, no, you're big. Like you need to get it under control, or your health is going to take it into its own hands and you're going to be dead. So somebody else asked, have I plateaued any on my weight loss journey? Where I was at a higher weight, so I weighed 355 pounds when I started my weight loss journey. The weight came off quick, and the weight came off like pounds each week. Whenever I finally hit 250 pounds, the weight stopped. It stopped coming off. So the only time I really plateaued, which a plateau means like what, 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months is a plateau. But the only time I really experienced a plateau was at 250 pounds, and I weighed 249 pounds, 250 pounds, 249, 250 for almost 3 months. Like the entire summer, I was 250 pounds. And I thought to myself, because I couldn't afford weight loss surgery, I couldn't afford weight loss medication, I couldn't afford to do anything other than doing it my own self. And so whenever I literally cried every month of the entire summer because I was consistently losing weight. And then when I wasn't consistently losing weight, I panicked every day. When I got on the scale that's sitting right here, I panicked every day because I'm like, oh my God, please let it be down, please let it be down. And somebody, because I posted a TikTok like literally crying about it, I deleted it obviously, but people were commenting like, do this, do that, do that. And then one person and one person only commented this, and they said, if you're doing everything you should be doing, you reworked your calories, you are getting your water, you're doing your exercise, you're doing your daily goals. Like if you're doing everything that you know that you have to be doing, write it out. Write it out, write it out, write it out. It will drop. I woke up one morning 4 pounds down. And I was like, oh my God, when I finally just let my body chill out and just accept the fact that even if I was 250 pounds, that was 100 pounds lighter than my heaviest weight. And that meant everything to me, but I still you have goals that you want to meet and you want to see yourself succeed. And I wasn't succeeding in my weight loss goals. So it stressed me out and my body was just stressed. I was tense. I was under so much pressure of myself to get my weight down that I feel like that had a big factor into it too. So once I finally just accepted that, Kayla, if you literally are 250 pounds, so what? Like it's 250 pounds. You're not 350 pounds. You're not 380 pounds. You're not 400 pounds. Like you're not even close to it anymore. You're fine. I woke up probably a week later, down 4 pounds. And so that's the only time I really experienced the plateau, and I hope to never experience it again. I'll be really honest, but now if I do experience it and I'm doing everything right, I've adjusted my calories to where they should be, or I'm continuing my calories on where they should be, and I'm exercising and I'm getting my water in, you just write it out. And that's the best piece of advice. That's the best piece of advice somebody gave me, because I have listened to that the rest of my weight loss journey, which I still have my weight loss journey. I still have 70 pounds to go. I want to say I've lost 200 pounds. And so my goal is 155. I'm also 5'8". So people tell me 155 pounds won't be as easy for me, because I just want to be between 170 and 155. I would be happy there, but my goal is 200 pounds down, which is 155. So about hair fallout during weight loss, I'll be really honest. I think it really depends on how you're losing weight about hair fallout. I think if you had weight loss surgery, you lose weight rapidly. And I think that's when you experience a lot of hair fallout. I think when you take in an injection, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert or anything, but I think once you take an injection, it messes with your body and your hormones and how your body works. And so that causes hair to fall out. But my natural weight loss journey, I did not really experience it. I think I experienced it maybe my first and second month, just because my body was like, whoa, what's going on? What the heck's going on? But to be completely honest, I have thick hair. My hair would fall out all the time, basically because it's just strands coming out like in the shower and stuff, and that's when I would notice it. But nothing too crazy, nothing noticeable, nothing that I would draw. I think maybe 2 or 3 times in the shower, I'm like, wow, that's more hair than normal. But anytime after the first or second month, I never noticed it again. So not really too much coming from me for hair loss in my weight loss journey. But I also have healthy, thick hair. Like there's barely ever any heat on it. So I don't have a lot of the hair. I did not have a lot of hair fallout issues, luckily. I was asked about emotional eating, and honestly, I have problems with emotional eating. They were like, can you give me tips on emotional eating? I am an emotional eater. Some people call it a bored eater. I rarely am bored. I don't let myself get bored. If I'm bored, I don't have anything to do, and I always have something to do. I feel like a lot of people say emotional eating doesn't exist. It absolutely does. Emotional eating absolutely exists. There's a difference in bored eating and emotional eating. If I'm bored, it's because I have nothing better to do but to go in there and get a snack. If I'm emotional eating, I am so stressed about something, or I'm so upset about something, or I'm just so like nervous or anxious about something that I just want to go eat to take my mind off of it. I deal with that. How have I lost weight doing it? I don't really know because it probably happens to me once a month where I just have to go in and get my favorite snacks to comfort myself. Do I and do all that? I don't know if you can say that on TikTok, that's why I didn't say it, but, or YouTube. But I don't necessarily do that. Say hi to Winnie! Oh, say hi to Winner! He came to say hello. What you doing? Oh. What you doing, honeybee? You're so beautiful. You say hi to the girls. He looks so hateful. This is a question that I, again, struggle with because I still deal with it. Somebody asked about confidence while losing weight. So there's two levels of confidence, I feel like. Your everyday life confidence with people that you know in your real life or people that you're meeting, like that kind of thing. And there's a guy confidence, okay? Everyday real life people that I'm meeting at work or at school, or if you have to go into a restaurant and you can talk to people, like make conversation, that kind of thing, sure, that confidence has skyrocketed, and I feel like I'm able to, again, take up space, and I'm able to stand up for myself now than more than what I was whenever I was at a heavier weight. But with that being said, confidence with guys, I don't have. Like, there are guys that like, I don't know. I want a boyfriend, and I want to have someone to hang out with and someone to see. And like, I want to be intimate with a boyfriend, but I still see myself as the body that I have had my entire life, which is over 300 pounds. And I don't know how to rework my brain to make myself see that I'm not 355, 380 some pounds anymore. And to be confident in myself. I desperately want to, but I don't see it yet. And so I struggle with that part of confidence about weight loss and like meeting someone and like hooking up with someone and that kind of thing. I will tell this story. I met a guy who was on Tinder. Ooh, look at me being crazy right now. Anyway, I met this guy. He was on Tinder, and like he came over, we hung out, we hooked up. I've realized that I wasn't really experimenting. Like, for example, whenever I was at my heavier weight, it was kind of like you lay there and it's done. You know what I mean? Because at 355 pounds, when I was dating one of my exes, it wasn't like fun for me. Like, sex felt more like a chore. It was more so of like, you just got to get it done, please them, and you're done. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like I didn't deserve it maybe, or I wasn't pretty enough for it or hot enough for it, which is crazy to even think about because it's, you know what I mean? So, but recently, like within the last few months, I've met someone and we like had like a friends with benefits type thing. It was twice. But in the first time, it was kind of just like, you have sex, you're done, you know, that kind of thing. But the second time was more so of, wait, I can actually do that now. Like, I can hold myself up. Like, I can do more. Like, I'm able to do this. So that was more fun with it. I think once I'm in a relationship with someone and I actually like them and love them and like care for them and like want to do more, it'll be more fun. But just knowing that I'm able to, I'd say perform, but that's the word. Like, you're able to have more fun with it. Like, I want, like sex to be fun. You want it to be fun. But I just feel like it wasn't fun for me. And it was just something that I dreaded every time because I would just imagine my body just flopping around. And I wouldn't want to see that. So I know the person that I was seeing didn't want to see that. So I'm glad that I have lost weight for that aspect of it too. But it's still hard to train your brain into thinking you're not at a heavier weight anymore. Try something new. A story that I talk about a lot and I think I talk about it a lot because I still love this man. I think I will always love him. He's like one of the first guys I really ever got into a serious relationship with. So, you just have the soft spot for people like that. With all that being said, a lot of the reason of my weight loss journey was because the doctor scared the hell out of me. So that scared me pretty bad when she said I was type 2 diabetic. I thought, oh gosh, I gotta get on insulin, whatever. Hopefully that's under control when I go see her at the end of the month. But another part of the story, and then I talk about this all the time, so you probably already know what I'm going to say. But I had a boyfriend. We were seeing each other, and I was at my heaviest, so about 380 something is when we were like hanging out and stuff, and totally comfortable with him. He never made me feel anything less than beautiful. I was literally perfect in his eyes. I feel like that's how he made me feel. We were getting ready to go meet somewhere, and he said, I guess his family was down at his house, his uncle and his, I don't know, his other family member was down there, and they're like, where are you heading off to? And he said, I'm going to meet Kayla. And they were like, oh, okay. And one of his family members said, well, which one is Kayla? And my ex at the time said, the big one. And what made him come up and tell me that? Then they all head off. I'm sure they all giggled and laughed or whatever. But I guess the guy was like, oh, I know who that is now. I hope that is now. That's a big part of the story, because those two things I think about, because he associated with me with being the big fat one. You know what I mean? So my ex could have said anything. He could have said the one I dated a few years back, the one with the red car, the one who's the funniest girl in the world. He could have said that, and they would have known immediately who it was. But he said the big one. He could have said the bigger one. He could have said that. But he said the big one, which that's key. That's what did it for me, because, and then he made the decision to leave them. They all left, they dispersed, whatever. He came up to me to where we were meeting each other, and he said, I got something bad to tell you. And he was like, and I don't know why I said it, but I said it. And I was like, well, what happened? My big self thought he went to eat without me or something. And I was like, what did you do? Like, what happened? And I wasn't thinking the worst, because we weren't in a bad place at all. So I thought. But he said, well, I was talking to so-and-so, and they asked which one you were, and it just came out. I said you were the big one, and they knew who you were. And I was like, why would you say that? And if I'm not a crier, like I don't cry at many things, but if I'm really mad at something, I cry. And he made me really mad, so I started crying. So I started crying, and I was like, why would you say that? Like, do you really think that? Like, why would you say that? And he started crying, like a big baby back biatch. And so he drove away, and then I called him, and I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make a big deal out of it. I was just shocked that you would tell me that. Like, it's like, say it, whatever, but don't tell me that you said it. And so we got back, we hung out again and stuff like that. And we dated for probably like 6 more months after that. And then we broke up just for different reasons, but I never forgot that. And I think that's why I'm so scared to like get involved with somebody again, because all my last relationships, like they've always just told me I'm fat or I'm ugly and I'm just basically useless to them. And like, I'll never find anything after them if we break up. It's totally a manipulation tactic. I get that people do that. I've always been known, and like even a family member said to me, like, beggars can't be choosers. Like, take what you get. Like, stay with the man. If you don't want to stay with him, you're not going to have much of an option. So that's always been burned into my brain. Should I have never spoken to him again? Absolutely, but I didn't. I was desperate. Like, I literally wanted to be with somebody so bad. So I kind of just let it go, but it was engraved into the back of my brain the entire time I was with him. Every time we'd have sex, every time we do this, every time we do that, I think I'm the big one. Every time I'd see his family, I would think back, he's with the big one. You know what I mean? So it's just very annoying. Again, this happened like almost 2 years ago, so it's not even relevant anymore, you know? So it's not even worth it anymore. But have I had a serious relationship since then? No, which I think is why all the confidence issues with men come up, because I don't want to be the biggest girl they've ever dated again. I don't want to have that rap, you know? And I talked about this in the last video. You guys have already seen that. If you haven't, go freaking watch it. But I just want a new start, okay? And so fingers crossed that I can get over the fear of being the big one for the rest of my life, and I can actually be happy with somebody. That's the goal. That's the goal in life, is to get married, settle down with somebody, and love them and them love me for not just my amazing personality and my amazing humor, but for my body, you know? So we all want that. So that's that on that. Every day, keep them close by, don't you let them fade away. Come on. There's the baby. Whenever I sing and then I stop, he does that. He goes, wow, there's your baby. There's Winnie. Say hi to the girl. There's that beautiful boy. Yes, I will tell you guys a funny story. So when I started at my job, I work at Amazon. When I started at my job, I work at a call center. So the site, we had to go back from work from home. We had the choice. I chose to go back to site. And my very first day there, probably my highest weight was like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So my highest weight was about 2 years ago, which was 380 something. I sat down in a chair, broke it, fell the hell out of that chair, busted it. Everybody look around. I'm looking around. Who did that? No, it was me. I was on the floor. So people were running up to me and everybody was like, it's the chair. Like the chair was broken. Like we should have had a note on the chair. The chair was broken. Like the chair was broken. Everybody made me. And I appreciate that so much because they could have been like, this big bitch broke a chair. But they were like, the chair was broken. I'm sorry. We should have put a note on the chair that the chair was broken. This, you know, but everybody was so nice. But that had mortified me. And I literally considered never going back to that job again. But thank God they made me feel like it was not the end of the world that I broke a damn chair. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed as hell, but I got over it. Obviously, I'm still working there. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up and go eat some dinner because I literally haven't eaten since like 10 this morning. I'm skin and bones. I know I'm skin and bones. So my name is Kayla. I'm 30. I'm from West Virginia. I live in an apartment, as you can see. She's not fancy at all. She's just her. She's her $600 a month self, which is amazing. I have a full-time job, so I work full-time. I just recently started making YouTube videos, so subscribe now. Yeah. My weight loss journey, I started my weight loss journey August 26th of 2023. So a month or a year and a few months ago is when I started it. My starting weight was 355 pounds. My highest weight was 383. And my lowest weight, which is right now, which is 225. I'm back up a little bit from the holidays, so like 228. So I got to get back down. And the reason I started losing weight, I went to the doctor. She said, you got type 2 diabetes. I said, oh my God. She said, oh my God. So I got it together. And so that's where I am now. I'm on a natural weight loss journey. And yeah, so stick around if you want to join. The reason I lost weight is because the doctor told me that I was type 2 diabetic and I needed to get it together and I needed to lose weight. That's it. The reason I lost weight is because a man told me I was a big, fat, ugly, troll-looking bitch, and I lost weight. That's it. The reason I lost weight is because I had no other choice or I was going to die. That's it. So never in my life. Never in my life. Bro.
Remember